You know, we hear this phrase, we only got a few minutes left in the show, but we hear about probable cause all the time, and it's associated with almost any criminal offense. Would you please explain to our folks what is meant by probable cause? What is it that you guys are looking at when you're trying to determine that?
Certainly. A probable cause is a legal conceit whereby it is determined whether or not law enforcement had a justifiable reason to take an action. In a vacuum, in theory, we're all free from any sort of government action and any sort of police action. However, if the police have probable cause to take action against us, whether that action be searching our person for weapons, searching our property for weapons, pulling us over to begin with for a traffic stop, they have to have probable cause, which is just a reasonable suspicion that something illegal is going on. Now, the law is very complex in that area. There are a lot of different things that can qualify as probable cause, and there are a lot of things that the courts have told us don't qualify as probable cause. And all of that gets sort of determined in front of a judge during motion hearings when you're represented by a criminal defense attorney. A defense attorney can file motions on your behalf to suppress evidence that was collected when probable cause didn't exist to collect that evidence. But again, that comes very, very late in the process.
Well, explain, what are your rights if you have been arrested? What are your rights as an individual?
Well, the number one right you have is the right to remain silent. That's absolute. You don't have to talk to the police. You don't have to give them any information. And if they try to interrogate you, you can ask for your lawyer, and you can refuse to talk to them until you talk to your lawyer. And in general, it's a good idea to at least consult with a lawyer before you've talked to law enforcement if you've been arrested for a crime.
And what about police? What guidelines do they have to follow?
Well, police have a certain set of procedures that they have to follow. And one of the most important ones is if you ask for your attorney, they're not supposed to talk to you any further. They're not supposed to question you any further. Now, they'll take their steps that they feel necessary to protect themselves and to protect the public. But at that point in time, once you've been arrested and detained, and there's no question about you being a danger to yourself or others, then it becomes a question of, are you going to speak to them first, or are you going to speak to your attorney first? And the important thing to remember is the police don't have to keep promises they make to you, but they do have to keep promises they make to your attorney.
All right.
Thanks, Hugh.